I've known you since you were in the band Wonderlust, and we were both about, what?
We were both like 3 feet tall.
18 years old back then.
Both born midgets.
Yeah, we were, and now you are.
I told you, I saw you in a trailer bus for the first time at the Plymouth Meeting Mall.
With Eric Bazillion?
I don't know how many Erics there were.
Oh, well, I know what it was. We were doing this, it was a food drive back at the Plymouth Meeting Mall. And Eric Bazillion came with, I think, a 45. One of his songs.
Oh, I thought he was threatening you.
No, he came with the CD.
That's horrible. No wonder you were inside that moment. The glass did seem very thick.
We were raising
I would never do that to you, Helen. I come unarmed when I use you. It's horrible. You never seen that violence to me. Wow.
He came in with this song.
Yeah.
And that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
well, if that's what you need to get a song played on the radio, I'll bring one of those next time, too.
A little 45, little song.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it became an LP. Then it went into the 8 tracks, cassettes. Now and we had the DATs. They didn't last
So you guys
long.
actually played 8 tracks on the radio?
No, you know what I think I never did.
No.
No. We listened to them, I guess. But
I saw a car with
it.
You know they actually had cars with turntables at one point? Elvis Presley had a car with a turntable.
I did see his.
In the Nashville music.
Yes, I was there and I saw the car and I did see the.
I think they lasted until they hit the first bump in the road. It was like
exactly.
They were in style for a quarter of a mile, and they were like, no, it's not going to work.
And you spent time in Nashville. You are also a Grammy award-winning songwriter. You spent time in. You wrote with Faith.
I did. No, I didn't write with her.
You wrote the song. Who did you write with?
No, she can't write a letter home. She sings.
So who did you write with?
I love her, but she's not a writer. I wrote with John Rich.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then.
We wrote Like We Never Loved At All.
And that became?
That became a big hit for Faith Hill and Tim McGraw.
So we need those people that can sing.
Yeah. And then I bought a house and built a studio, and I have many Philadelphia musicians and singers and songwriters come through there, and you know. And
you have a couple projects you're working on, but we're going to focus on one to start so I don't get things confused. You have a show coming up this Friday at the Milk Boy Coffee in Ardmore.
Yes.
And I saw some stuff online. So tell me a little bit about how you decided to do this tribute to the Neil Young album.
Well, I saw the band that did. I know Patrick Berkery and Bertie Bush and a bunch of other great musicians did the Fleetwood Mac Tusk album.
Right.
Johnny Brenda's I don't know how long ago it was.
May.
Was it May? Oh. And which is in my top 5 favorite albums of all time. So it was so exciting to see somebody do that. And I was thinking what a great idea it is to take the focus off of yourself and play something that was a big influence or an album that you love. And it also brings in a lot of different kinds of people to see you play that normally wouldn't, to attach it to something else. And, so about 7 years ago, I had a band called Feel, and I was still living out in Los Angeles, and we were looking for an album designer and a photographer. And the producer that was doing our record happened to know these guys, Gary Burton and Henry Diltz, who I never heard of at the time. Anyway, it turns out that these were the album designer and photographers for all the Neil Young albums and Jackson Browne albums, Joni Mitchell albums, and all that kind of stuff. A couple of the small names out of California.
Yeah, right.
And so next thing I know, we were meeting with Gary Burton, and he was getting married that Saturday. And, he was like 72 years old, and he was... Starting over, yeah. There's always hope, right?
Yeah.
So he was getting married that Saturday because we were saying, maybe can we get together on Saturday and, work on the album cover and all that. He's like, oh, well, I'm getting married and all that stuff. I was like, okay, yeah, well, I'll talk to you next week. So he calls me Friday, the day before. I joked around. I was like, hey, I'll play your wedding, And anyway, he calls me the day before, and he said, you were sort of joking around about playing the wedding. I was like, yeah. He said, well, me and Janice, that was the woman he was going to marry, we're thinking, that'd be kind of cool. Would you be up for it, getting your band and playing my wedding? I was like, sure. So his wedding was in his backyard, which is in like a canyon in Malibu, this dream place. And so anyway, I said sheepishly to him, is Neil Young going to be there? And he said, yeah, man, he's my best man. I was like, really? So I went into shock, and then I hung up the phone, and I called. Oh, and then I said, what should I play? He's like, just play your own songs, I'm into it. I'm like, really? Okay. I was like, because I don't really do, covers and stuff. He's like, yeah, just play your own songs. So me and my band wound up playing for Gary and his wife, and Neil Young and Peggy, and 12 other people, an entire day hanging out.
Wow.
And it was just incredible. And we talked about, Neil Young and I talked for hours and just were trading stories, and he was telling me about, I told him Comes a Time was my favorite album of his, and then we were just talking about that record and about recording, and I remember asking the difference between analog and digital to him, and he said that digital takes a picture and analog is a reflection. And I was like, wow, that was cool. And he said, you have a good voice, you know, and then I immediately put quotes around it in my mind and just, you know, calling Kinkos and making copies.
Neil Young said.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything he said after that. He's only one of 2 people that have ever said that. I'm the other one. So
now that brings us to Friday.
Yes, yeah, somehow. So I thought, like, you know what? I'll do the Neil Young album from beginning to end. Comes a time. I got some of the most amazing musicians in Philadelphia: Tom Hampton on pedal steel, and Eric Sales on guitar, and Fred Berman on drums, and Mark Getton from my old band Wanderlust is flying in as we speak to play bass, and Suzie Brown's going to do all the Nicolette Larson harmonies. And then when we're done the album, then it's just going to be a free-for-all Neil Young love fest, and that's it.
That'll be great. Now today you brought in another group of people. You have Suzie Brown, of course.
Yeah, we got Allison Polans and Melissa Fogg helping out.
And?
They are the Babes of Babylon, and John Stanton on a little bit of guitar.
Okay,
Yeah.
and we've got Scot Sax with us. It is the holiday time of the year, and I think Scott comes in here every December. So, thanks for joining me again.
Sure, it's always nice to join you.
And on Friday, it will be at Milk Boy. So let's hear what we're going to hear on Friday here at XPN. XPN.